Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I am your host for South Carolina weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into the future. Let's go and just get the music queued up. We're ready to go. Here's the live radar right here. And we're going to spend no time in the intro, and we're going to start probably a little bit early. It's only 8:59 right now, but we're going to start a bit early, just because we have a lot to talk about, especially with the tropics. Let me fix it. There we go. Especially with the tropics, you probably have already heard the news about the tropical, possible tropical storm, probably a hurricane that will be coming close to South Carolina soon. So yes, we will cover that. So let's go on and get started with it first, and then we will get to there. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I'm your host for South Carolina weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Monday evening going to the future. Looking at the radar right now, we do have some downpours actually going on just to the south of Columbia right now. And honestly, this could be a storm just to the north of North South Carolina. And just to the south of Gaston, South Carolina as well. Do have some downpours going on near Bamberg and Barnwell. And if we scroll our way out, here is the MRMS right here. You can see as we scroll out towards the entire United States, the winter weather radar. You can see here that we do have some shower activity going on inside of the Midlands of South Carolina. Obviously, we're just talking about that. North Carolina, Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky receiving this, as well as Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, North Dakota, South Dakota, parts of Minnesota as well, all receiving a threat for some potential rainfall. Even into portions of the New England regions, we do have some rain going on up there as well. Nothing going on for the West right now, except for maybe just a shower going on over here near Las Vegas. But other than that, that's pretty much it. West is looking fine right now. Talking about the cloud cover. Cloud cover right now seems to be showing just some cloud cover near places like Columbia, Augusta right now as well. And I mean, right now it's pretty much just showing some cloud cover going on. You can see the downpour pretty clearly just to the south of Columbia. You see it's kind of like the whitest one, the white cloud that you can see just south of Columbia. Kind of easy to tell there. Also, you can see low clouds going on just to the south of it as well. And that's pretty much it in terms of cloud cover. Maybe some low, kind of like scattered cloud cover going on inside of the upstate. Here's our cloud cover total percentage. As you push this forward, you can start to see that cloud cover will continue as we go through tonight, and as we get into tomorrow morning, showers or cloud cover, I should say, will continue as we get through tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, scattered cloud cover will continue for the entire state. Current temperature is 79 inside of Orangeburg, 82 in Charleston, in Orangeburg and Sumter, 77 in Charleston and Moncks Corner, 75 in Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, 77 in Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, Savannah, 77 in Augusta, 75 inside of Greenville, 75 in Rock Hill, as well as 75 in Greenwood, Newbury, 77 in Winsboro as well, 73, I believe that was inside of Loris. Here's our low temperatures for tonight. Low temperature around 72 inside Columbia, 71 in Moncks Corner, 74 inside Charleston, 71 in Walterboro, 74 in Hilton Head Island, 73 inside of Myrtle Beach, 70 inside of Dillon, 70 inside of Cheraw, 68 inside of Rock Hill, 69 inside of Spartanburg, 69 inside of Greenville, 69 inside of Anderson as well as Greenwood, 71 inside Aiken and Barnwell, Walterboro as well. Here's our forecast precipitation for the next 24 or so hours, around 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch possible. Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Dillon, as well as Florence, Columbia, Sumter, I should say, and King Street, Orangeburg, and Aiken, has a chance for 100th of an inch to a 10th of an inch. Same thing for Lawrence, Greenville. A 10th of an inch to a quarter of an inch possible for places like Spartanburg, Rock Hill, Columbia, maybe even Anderson, as well as places like Barnwell, where a half an inch is possible as well. Everyone else, like most of the low country of South Carolina, is good. Won't really receive too much rainfall over the next 24 hours, if any. Here's our SPC outlook for the next couple of days. Here's day one. Right here, day one, we do have a marginal risk up there for northern portions of South Carolina, just for a wind threat. As we go into tomorrow, northern portions of South Carolina, again, has a threat not only for damaging winds, but maybe some hail as well. Day three, here's day three right here. Day three, we do have a TSTM that goes for pretty much the entire state, as well as portions like pretty much like the Midlands, upstate, parts of the PD region, but the coastal PD region, low country, not really much. That's that. Let's talk about excessive rainfall. Nothing going on for day one, except for maybe just some minor flooding up there near the upstate, like Greenville, Spartanburg. Nothing really for tomorrow, maybe except for like Rock Hill. Day three, we're starting to see some more flash flooding going on for like the portions of like the very tip of the upstate right there near the South Carolina, Georgia, and North Carolina border. Thursday comes into effect. We have a slight risk of excessive rainfall that goes for the entire western half of South Carolina and the eastern halves like Charleston, North Charleston, and Mount Pleasant with a marginal risk. And day 5, Friday, with another slight risk of excessive rainfall for Greenville. Obviously, with this storm coming in, this is why we have this. Now, I will talk about why in just a second. But right now, I can see this expanding, though, especially day 4. Especially just wherever the storm goes, just not really too confident on where this thing is going to go just yet. Here's the tropics. We're going to talk about the tropics in just a second. Let's talk about the future real quick, just like the next 48 or so hours, real quick. So here is the 18Z right here. As we start off at 9 p.m. tonight, showers, downpours continuing, even as you get to around 2 o'clock in the morning up there in the upstate of South Carolina at Greenwood, Edgefield, Saluda, at around 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and then maybe even some at around 9 o'clock in the morning, scattered showers and downpours going through. Honestly, maybe even widespread showers and downpour activity going on in the Midlands of South Carolina. And as you get into around 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m., showers, downpours, storms still continue. As you get to around 4 o'clock p.m. as well, showers and downpours still do continue. Maybe for places like Union, South Carolina, Gaffney, South Carolina at around 5, 6 o'clock-ish. Showers and thunderstorms still continue up there for the upstate of South Carolina. And again, not really much else to talk about except for just scattered shower and downpour activity. And that will be apparent as we go through the next couple of days. And let's talk about the tropics. Let's talk about the main part of this video now, or this forecast update, which is the tropics, because potential tropical cyclone 9 is out here. Here is the arrival time of the winds right here, most likely. We've got 5-speed probabilities on. So you can see already what's going on. Here's our most likely arrival time of tropical storm force winds. You can see the kind of like the line and see what's going on here. Here's an even better look at what you can see. Here's the new forecast cone. You can see right now that it is forecasted to become a major hurricane at around 2 o'clock p.m. on Thursday. And it's supposed to make landfall somewhere in Florida, go through Georgia, up into Tennessee, Kentucky, and Illinois, and maybe clip the north or the upstate of South Carolina. Now, this can change, and I do think that it might be a bit too far west. I think that they might start shifting it a bit more to the east, but that's just my opinion. But right now, this is just where the center of the storm could go. And right now, you can see pretty much right here that this whole, let me find it right here. You can see like the 4 to 5 day mark is kind of like this, kind of like transparent region with the kind of like pattern in it. That's the cone of uncertainty. We don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere inside that area, and it could shift. It could go more east, as some people were saying. But right now, this is the official track. Talking about wind speed probabilities, I was just showing that earlier. I'd honestly say South Carolina probably has around a good 10, 20, maybe even a 30 to 40, no, 10, 20, 20, 30% chance of receiving tropical storm force winds over. But right now, again, it's too far out to talk about, so we can't talk about exact impacts. We're still trying to figure out where it is going to try and make landfall. So that is that. You can also see key messages right here. It says the disturbance is forecast to intensify and be near hurricane strength when it reaches the far northwestern Caribbean Sea Tuesday night. Tropical storm conditions are expected over a portion of the western Cuba and the northwestern coast of the Yucatan Peninsula, with hurricane force conditions possible. The system is expected to intensify into a major hurricane before it approaches the northeastern Gulf Coast on Thursday. While it is too soon to pinpoint the exact location and magnitude of impacts, the potential for life-threatening storm surge and damaging hurricane force wind along the coast of the Florida Panhandle and the Florida West Coast is increasing. Storm surge and hurricane watches will likely be issued for a portion of that area tonight or Tuesday morning. And residents should ensure that they have their hurricane plan in place. Potential tropical cyclone 9 will bring heavy rain into portions of the western Caribbean, which may lead to flooding and possible mudslides in western Cuba. So a lot to take in there, especially a lot of information right there that you might have to take in from this. But we are still monitoring this, and I think that we'll have a pretty good understanding on where this is going to go, especially as we get into the next couple of days. Let me talk about, let's move on to the model real quick. I just want to see what models are saying right now in terms of this. Here's the models right here. We're going to go to tropical, and then you go to HWRF real quick. And we're just going to go to Invest 97, which is what this is. So this is what it looks like right here. You can see that it is starting to push its way up, and you can see, guys, it just continues. It's going to continue making its way up, definitely bringing South Carolina some impact, and especially a tornado threat as well. I was just thinking about that not too long ago, about how this could potentially bring a tornado impact with it as well. So definitely, especially places like the Southern Midlands, Low Country of South Carolina, and maybe even the PD of South Carolina, definitely needs to be watching for a tornado threat as we go through Thursday afternoon, evening hours. So I think that that's definitely something they're going to have to watch for. But in terms of like the main wind and main rain part of the storm, that's really going to be in the upstate and like northeastern Georgia. Again, we don't know exactly where it's going to go, but right now, definitely that's going to be the main concern. And if you look at 10 millibar winds as well, this is just the sustained winds on what it's looking like. I mean, overall sustained winds, even though it might not seem too high, still 30 to 40 mile per hour sustained winds somewhere inside the upstate, and even close to the coastal regions as well. You can still see sustained winds of up to 30 to 40 miles per hour as well. So that's going to continue. And then you can even see it down over here. Again, this is not exactly what's going to happen. It will change for sure. We just are trying to figure out when that will be, but we'll have more information about the exact track and what the tracks are saying as we go into tomorrow evening. But that's just one right there. And some other ones are saying different stuff. We'll show that right now, actually. So here is the GFS right here. GFS right here pretty much is saying, honestly, it's probably going to go a bit more east than what it was saying, than what the model that we were just talking about was saying. So you push this forward, and instead it brings it up into South Carolina, and it brings probably that heavy rain impact that we were just talking about. Makes landfall somewhere in the Big Bend region of Florida, bring rain, bring wind impacts to South Carolina, bring heavy rain impacts, And it will be out of our hair by around, like, let me pull the time over here so you can see in the top right side of your screen on September 28th, and then we'll be good the 29th, but some showers and thunderstorms could be right back with it on the 30th and October the 1st. And continuing, just talking about weather for the future past it, not really much, just shower and thunderstorm activity continuing through most of October. And then we have another area that we're going to have to watch for down near Florida going into October the 8th-ish region. Here is the Euro right here. You can see pretty much this model run right here has in the Big Bend region of Florida, kind of bringing the impacts just again to like the upstate of South Carolina, that tornado threat to the Low Country PD and Southern Midlands of South Carolina. The icon kind of favors making landfall inside of Tampa Bay and bringing the worst like rainy, windy conditions to Low Country of South Carolina and Midlands of South Carolina going to September 27th as a hurricane. So honestly, this is all over the place. This is why I said do not take this as anything. Just make sure that you are prepared. Make sure you have your hurricane plans in effect, just in case if worse goes to worse and you need it for something. Make sure you got flashlights with you, food, water, just in case, like I said, if worse comes to worse, especially with the flooding and the tornado threat with this as well. So that is all that is right there. I can show you what it looks like as well. This is, let me see, do they have what it, yes, this is what it looks like right now. You can see again, it is trying to get organized some more as it is just in the northwestern Caribbean right now, trying to get itself back together. So that's what's going on with that. Let's go on and let's talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's go on and check and see what they have to say. We'll take any questions about this as well. We have 16 people. 16 people in here watching, and only 8 have hit the like button. Let's go on and hit that like button. Also, if you're new here, you want also make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Michael Rain says, good night, South Carolina. Good night to you. My Aunt Cheryl says, good evening. My nephew, yes, it was raining yesterday night, leaving Miami and raining the evening in Macon. At least, I will say, probably not the best that it rained on your way back, but at least the forecast was accurate. Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. My Aunt Lula says, good evening, nephew. I'm enjoying your segment. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. And Cheryl says, hi, just how's your day? I'm good. And then she says, like button, everyone. I've already pinned it, because right when it came in, I saw it, and I pinned it already. Justin says, Clemson Tiger fan in South Carolina in the house. Welcome. If this is your first time, if this is your first time. So let's go on, and I don't see any I don't see any questions about this storm or anything like that. Again, we're just going to talk about San Antonio, Raleigh real quick, and I'm going to check and see if we have any more questions. I want people to ask questions about this because honestly, it could be a big thing that happens and it could be a big impact. So if you have questions, please let me know. Don't just sit and you ask and then you finally figure out that you probably should have asked your question. Just go on and ask it now so I can go on and cover it. So that is that. Let's talk about San Antonio, Raleigh real quick, then we'll check the comments one last time, see what's going on. But right now, in San Antonio, not really much in terms of rain until you get to around tomorrow evening at around 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow. Showers, downpours is continuing. And then as you get into like around 12 o'clock p.m., 1 o'clock, maybe even 2 o'clock p.m., showers and storms actually does continue going into your Wednesday. In terms of, let's check out temperatures real quick. And while temperatures is loading, let's go on and check out the like button real quick. Let's see how many likes we got. Seems to be everyone has hit the like button, so that is a good thing. If you have not yet, and it's glitching out, and you haven't yet, go on and make sure that you do that. Hit the subscribe button if you have not already. As we talk about temperatures for San Antonio as we move through tonight, low temperatures going to around 72. High temperatures tomorrow at around 90. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 71. High temperatures going into only around 80 degrees as you go into your afternoon. on Wednesday, as a cold front might be trying to pass through here, or it might just be cloud cover and actually no, it might be the rain that actually might be trying to push in. I don't think that that's a cloud. I don't think that that is a cold front. I think that's just showers and storms moving through that kind of makes it a bit cooler. Moving over here to Raleigh, North Carolina. Not really much here to talk about. Low temperatures tonight at around 68. High temperatures tomorrow at around 74. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 68. High temperatures going into around 80, 81, 82-ish going into your Wednesday. As you move over to composite reflectivity, let's talk about the rain real quick, especially with the rain and thunderstorms possibly coming from the potential tropical cyclone 8, which I did forget to talk about as well, because Helene never formed. This actually, the name of this storm will actually be Helene because Helene never formed. So it was going to be Isaac, which is what we all thought, but then it ended up being Helene instead because Helene never formed when it did hit portions of South Carolina. So just had to get that out the way real fast. As you go into tomorrow morning, showers, downpours will probably be passing through. And then maybe some showers, maybe trying to get some storm activity just to your north. Downpours continue going into Wednesday. And as you get into around 1 to 2 o'clock p.m., showers and downpours may be down to your south. As you go on to, let's go and talk about some severe weather real quick. In terms of excessive rainfall, I don't think that it's really much. Nothing for day 1, nothing for day 2. Oh, actually, yes, Raleigh does have a minor risk for some flooding going into Tuesday. Nothing for Wednesday. Nothing for Thursday. Raleigh does have a risk for some minor flooding on Friday. San Antonio, no risk. And I believe that there is no severe weather expected for either location. Except for tomorrow. Yeah, Raleigh just outside of the marginal risk. So that is that. We did get another comment from Justin Parrott, who does say, is it still forming, or it's still forming down below Florida? Yes, it is. That is a something that I will talk about right now. It is down just right here, just to the south and west of Georgetown. Not Georgetown, South Carolina, but just to the south and west of Cuba. This thing is forming right now. Is expected to become a hurricane by, seems to be Wednesday afternoon at around 2 o'clock p.m. Expected to become a tropical storm as early as a couple of hours. Yes, it is expected to become a tropical storm in a couple of hours, and is expected to become a Category 2 going into your Thursday morning, and then is expected to become a major hurricane going into your Thursday afternoon, and then expected to just weaken out as it gets over into this, somewhere in this region. So still watching, still trying to figure out where this thing is going to go. Make sure that you are staying updated with your weather, local meteorologists, the National Weather Service, especially places like, well, pretty much the National Weather Service, and people in National Weather Service offices all already, like the National Weather Service at Charleston, for example, have already issued some hazardous weather outlooks for the entire National Weather Service at Charleston area. I do note that because I did see it today, saying that very strong winds, tornadoes, and heavy rainfall is possible for the entire National Weather Service at Charleston area. So, again, still watching, still figuring out where it's going to go. Let me check one more time, see if we have any other questions. I don't see anything else. Make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button on the way out. Let's check and see what's going on with this. Here's the last look at your live radar. We're at 236. We need 14 more subscribers in 3 days. Let's see if we can get there. We've been slowly crawling our way forward. We're going to have to pick up the pace just a little bit, though. Or actually, not even just a little bit, probably a lot. We actually just hit 237. So thank you to whoever that was that just subscribed. 13 more. That's a good sign. 13 more in 3 days. Let's go on and get that up. And make sure that you share as well to the people that you know. Well, that's gonna about 239. Okay, we just got 3 people in a couple of in like less than a minute there. That's again, great, fantastic. 239. We can get to 240 tonight. It's not impossible. It is not impossible at all. The governor of South Carolina has placed South Carolina in a state of emergency. I've not checked that. I've not seen that. I've not seen that. I'm gonna have to check that out in just a second. I will check if South Carolina governor did issue a state of emergency or not. I haven't seen anything about it yet, but I will check, and if that does happen, I will post it inside of the community tab here on YouTube. I know Florida did issue a state of emergency, though. I do know that Florida did. But that's it for tonight. Hopefully, it's all over Facebook. All right. I will check that out after this. But everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday evening, and I will be back tomorrow morning with another forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday.